people saying since 30 years, oh, power metal is gonna die next days, and nobody's. Hey, it will be alive till I don't know.
Chris, thank you so much for your time today. I am super excited, but before we get lost in that, how are you doing today?
Thank you. So, firstly, I have to say thanks a lot for the invitation to be part of your show. And I'm doing great. So, it's an exciting time, as always. So, our new album, Silver Romance, will appear in May, on the 10th of May. And yeah, but I'm a busy bee right now. So, a lot of things to prepare. Our tour is starting at the same time.
Yeah,
and there are a lot of things to do. I'm doing a lot of the organization things, and unfortunately, there's one part I also have to do is practicing.
Yes,
I always try to avoid it, but yeah, once there's the point, you really have to practice.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
now,
that's the bad side of these.
Yeah. Now, we'll jump into the tour and the album and all that kind of good stuff. But we do have to just ask you, I mean, this album is in a way a celebration of 25 years Freedom Call. And in that craziness, in that busy bee schedule, do you have time to take a step back and look back and go, holy shit, like it's been 25 years? Like, do you have time for that? Do you want to do that?
I would have time, of course. But is it worth to use the time to look back? So I'm preferring to look forward in the future to do things because I can't change anything from the past.
Right.
But so this 25 years, the time was flying, unexpected fast, and it doesn't feel like it's so many years ago. So. Because we're still doing the same. I'm feeling like a little boy when I'm going on stage. I'm just thinking, hopefully everything is fine, and hopefully I won't forget all my lyrics. And so nothing really changed in these 25 years.
So
we are really going on vacation like a school class is doing that. So not like adults with lots of responsibility. No.
I had a chance. I'm lucky to have heard the full album already. But even just, we kick off the album with a song that's been released as a single as well. And I think it took exactly 2 seconds to listen to Silver Romance to get a huge smile on my face, and it knocked me back to those 23 years ago. There are not the entire album, but there are definitely some songs that bring me back to Crystal times. And based on the comments I see on videos, I'm not the only one.
Indeed.
This whole album kind of feels like a balance of like the newer Freedom Call sound that we heard in the last 2 albums, but also like a ton of callbacks to that old school sound, and that makes it kind of like it almost feels like it's an anthology of the career after 25 years, but all new songs. Do you feel similar?
Yeah, it could be a good reason to do this on purpose because of the 25 years anniversary.
Yeah.
But we didn't. So it was not the plan, so that we just to have a reflection back to the early days of Freedom Call. No, it was not. But I think that are the roots of Freedom Call. That are the roots. And also, we became a little bit older. Now I'm 25 years old. And no, but it didn't change our minds or our inspiration and things. I have the same influences like I had 25 years ago. And that is the roots, and I think that is authenticity. When you're not following trends, or because people saying since 30 years, oh, power metal is gonna die next days, and nobody's. Hey, it will be alive till I don't know. So, and I think it would be a big failure when you are changing your music or the art. It doesn't have to be music, it could be painting or writing books or whatever. If you're changing your direction, because that's your personal attitude, this is your character, this is your own personal trademark.
Right.
And yeah, some people are yelling, Chris, Freedom Call, over and over the same happy and fast drum. Yeah, because it's me. Ask AC/DC, ask Motorhead, ask whatever. I do not want to cap Freedom Call with AC/DC, so sorry.
No, I get what your point. I get your point.
But that's authenticity.
You said, like, I still have the same influences as back in those early days, where other power metal or heavy metal bands will list, bands like Maiden and Priest as their first influences. With you, it will be INXS and ABBA and other 80s melodic pop bands. Has that been your superpower, that you've tapped into a broader inspirational pond, if you will, and allowed that melody in where other people would have been like, oh, that's not metal, so I'm not going to do that?
Yeah, totally. I'm totally agreeing, because I grew up not only with metal. So a lot of metal musicians, they grew up and they only heard some true metals like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and maybe some Black Sabbath, but not less. And I grew up with a lot of different styles of music. I also was listening. I can remember that it was one of the strangest things with Emerson, Lake and Paul, pictures of an exhibition. It's a classical opus, and they rearranged it into jazz. Really strange things, but I loved to listen to it.
Right.
And on the other side, because in the metal scene, the word or the description, that it's pop music, it's a negative thing. I think let's go back to the word pop. It's the shortcut of popular.
Right.
Popular in the usual way means that a lot of people like it. But only in the metal business, it's negative, it's popular. What is that? Isn't it strange? So because I do not want to hit somebody or to give some pain to somebody when I have some poppy influences in a metal song, why not? It's popular. It makes you feel well, because it's I think also when you have beats like you have in the dance music, it's 130 beats per minute is the perfect beat. It's because the same what your heart is beating. So you are in common with your heart. How beautiful. And they say, pop shit. Come on, what is that?
You agree that this album, has different styles of different eras, if you will, of Freedom Call channeled in one album, and that wasn't necessarily like a conscious choice to have a more classically sounding Freedom Call album, but it does give us a very varied album, and it sounds like variety for you is important. Was that on your mind as you're going into an album, that you want to make sure that that you don't just naturally create 10 times a very similar song? Like, did you go like, okay, we need to make sure that we put some variety in this music?
So in my opinion, Silver Romance is a very, very special album to us, because there were a very strange time in between the songwriting process. So we had to interrupt our tour in 2020 because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we couldn't travel to beautiful areas like Bangkok. We had a show, or Japan and things like this. And then I started songwriting quickly.
Yeah.
Because I said, hey, maybe a short break. Use your time, carpe diem, write songs. But I recognized also quickly that I was not able to write the right songs for happy metal.
Yeah.
Because of my mental mood. Yeah, I could write songs. Yeah, I could release an album, but not a Freedom Call album. That's not my attitude. That is not the plan, to give or to send a smile in the faces of the people. That was not possible.
Yeah.
But we were continuing, and I tried it again and again and again. And once we pulled ourselves together and said, hey, come on, let's start with the production. And the result is that Silver Romance, in my opinion, is the most colorful album, because it was arising in a very difficult period for us all. But as a songwriter, I had some triggers. I left some triggers in the songs, which I will never forget. So this hard time we had. But on the positive thing is that we have a very variable and very colorful album with Silver Romance.
Yeah. Does that ever? Because I know you've joked before that, well, people call us happy metal doesn't mean that I'm happy all the time, and that it's self-therapy, if you will, for you as well. Like, are you, maybe a double question in a way. First, is it always possible for you? Can you always eventually find that happy, artful output for a negative feeling? Is it always possible for you to do? But then, as a side question to that, is it always helping you, or are there songs that you've written over the years that to get something out of your system that would be hard for you to play because it brings back that negativity for you?
So I'm going to start with the second question. So no, I don't think that I will jump into these dark days I had when I'm listening to the music, which was written in this time. No, because it's music which I like. Because when I had problems with it, then I never would release this music. I never would give it to the public. Then I would keep it in my archive, and no, I have no idea. Another day, another time, another sign up on high. I have a very healthy black humor. So in these moments, I'm using my sarcasm and my black humor. But it's ending in humor. So I can turn also bad things or sad things or disappointing moments. I'm personally able to turn it quickly into humor, where I'm laughing about. And to me, the most important thing is everything I'm able to change it, to change a situation, or to move something from one point to the next point. That gives me motivation. That gives me energy. But things, I never can change it. Hey, that's our destiny. It is how it is, what I like to say.
Is that the same kind of mindset that allowed you to really, because you've mentioned it already a few times, we play happy metal. People say we play happy metal. And you're like the one band that embraced that. Because maybe like a lot of people that watch these videos today probably were born after your first albums came out, and might not know that in those late 90s, there was like, and maybe it was more the media trying to really label a subcategory of power metal as happy metal. You guys, Stratovarius, Edguy, those bands. But where I found at the time, a lot of those other bands didn't want to have anything to do with that label. You guys were like the ones that go like, all right, we are happy metal. So is this mentality that you have, did you always have that, or did you have to like learn that as a skill as you grew older?
Exactly. The last thing. So when we started, until I think it was the sixth album, Dimensions, we really tried to avoid, and we really were fighting against this happy metal name
label,
because we want to be true, and we are real meddlers and things. And for example, we had a beautiful cover artwork of the Dimensions album. And I had a big discussion with our drummer this time, Daniel Zimmerman, that it's too colorful. Right. It's too colorful and too childish. And we can get some problems because, people will think that it's ridiculous for a metal band. And we really changed it to sepia. And it was so beautiful. Things like this, what we did. And one day I personally decided, we are writing happy music. So it's happy metal. And then I do not know the name of the magazine from the States. So we got an award like this. They said, Freedom Call is the happiest metal band in the world. And that I have it good, well in my mind, and that's what I like to write when somebody's asking, do you think it's happy? And of course, we are happier than Stratovarius, of course. Edguy, I do not know. I know Toby very well, a long time. But it could be. Edguy is not existing at this time, so probably we are the happiest metal band in the world.
There you go. We see a lot of German focused shows, which makes sense. I mean, the German market is your biggest market. There's no doubt about it. I'll keep my fingers crossed to see you in North America at some point. But what can we, you have this whole new album. You also have, people will have some expectations because 25 years that you will also want to honor your legacy when you're playing live. So what can we expect? And please tell me that we can hear Distant Horizon in the set list, because I think that's my favorite song. So.
Oh, good to hear. I love this song as well. It's very good. So we are still working on the new set list. It's so hard to decide because we have too many good songs. That's the problem. A good reason to write some bullshit in the future. No, I think we have some must-be songs. So, like Metal is for Everyone, Warriors, Land of Light, Union of the Strong, Freedom Call, and I could continue. You recognize, it's getting hard. But we always will find a good solution to bring a very good happy metal party on our concerts. And you were asking, so do we have some specials for the 25th anniversary shows and things? To me personally, it's just a number. It's 25 years. It's like a birthday. I think when you're getting 5 years old or 18 years old, it's fine. But then it's getting boring. Right. It's a birthday. It's a usual day.
Well, and once you start, you have to kind of keep going, because then every year there's something that has a 25th or a 30th anniversary.
Yes. And as usual, we are working on to have a very nice show and to bring all our visitors, our fans and friends. They come into our shows, that we can catch them and they will get an opportunity to escape from the real world. So just having 1.5 hours, you are really to another world. I love it to say, you are beyond.
My viewers know that I rarely say stuff like this, but I really think this is a fantastic album. I've been playing it since I got it from the press team, and I love it. And so I really hope that you guys get to play a lot of headline shows, that you can have a lot more room to play with, and that you can put a lot of new songs in the set list. Chris, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot for these nice words. I appreciate, and thank you very much for the nice talk. Awesome.
And I hope to see you, whether it's in Europe or North America, but I hope to see you soon on a stage.
So all the best and best greetings to Canada and the States, and we will see us, of course, I think.
You are awesome. awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.